The rain was falling in relentless sheets, a somber symphony on the roof of my bus. I navigated the slick streets with caution, my hands gripping the wheel as if each turn could lead us astray. The passengers aboard were a silent bunch, their faces shrouded in shadow, their thoughts hidden behind weary eyes. It was a late-night route, a path I had traversed countless times before, but tonight there was an unease that clung to the air like a foul scent. Maybe it was the storm, or perhaps it was the stories whispered among the locals about the road that led to nowhere, the one I was now guiding my passengers through. As the bus rumbled along, the landscape shifted. The rain-soaked streets gave way to twisted trees, their gnarled branches casting eerie shadows that danced upon the windows. The silence grew more profound, the hum of the engine the only constant companion. I glanced at the rearview mirror, catching a glimpse of faces, pale and drawn, their expressions a mixture of apprehension and curiosity. The road ahead seemed to stretch into oblivion, a path lined with uncertainty. I focused on the task at hand, my grip on the wheel tightening, my heart quickening its pace. And then, as if emerging from the very mist itself, a desolate figure stood by the side of the road. I hit the brakes instinctively, the bus hissing to a halt. The figure was cloaked in tattered rags, their face obscured by shadows. My heart pounded against my ribcage as I opened the door, the rain pouring in like liquid fingers. The figure stepped aboard, their presence casting an unnatural chill through the bus. "Tickets, please," I managed to croak, my voice betraying my unease. The figure didn't respond, merely producing a ticket that bore no destination, just a single word written in stark black ink: nowhere. With a trembling hand, I took the ticket, my fingers brushing against the figure's icy touch. I glanced at the passengers, their eyes wide with a mix of fear and curiosity. They shifted uncomfortably in their seats, as if sensing that something was amiss. I closed the door and resumed my journey, the rain battering the windshield like an army of restless spirits. The road seemed to stretch endlessly, the landscape morphing into something that resembled neither city nor countryside. The tension within the bus was palpable, a weight that pressed upon us all. And then, with a sickening lurch, the world shifted. The rain ceased, and the stormy skies were replaced by a crimson haze that seemed to seep into the very fabric of reality. The road beneath the bus crackled with otherworldly energy, and the landscape twisted into a grotesque reflection of itself. My heart thundered in my chest as I realized that something was horribly wrong. Panic gripped me, my mind struggling to make sense of the impossible. I stole glances at the passengers, their faces contorted in terror as they stared out of the windows, their eyes fixated on the hellish landscape that surrounded us. I glanced at the ticket clutched in my hand. Nowhere. The word seemed to taunt me, a grim reminder of the reality that had become twisted beyond recognition. And then, as if responding to my internal turmoil, the figure that had boarded my bus turned to me, its shadowy features shifting into something more sinister. "Welcome to your final destination," it hissed, its voice a cacophony of whispers that seemed to emanate from every corner of the bus. The passengers cried out in terror, their voices blending with the wailing wind that now seemed to surround us. With a desperate surge of adrenaline, I slammed on the brakes, the tires screeching against the crimson road. The bus shuddered to a halt, the world outside rippling like water before solidifying once more. I turned to the passengers, my voice raw with urgency. "We need to get off this bus," I implored, my gaze meeting theirs in a desperate bid for understanding. They nodded, their faces pale and drawn, their fear a mirror of my own. We filed off the bus, the landscape around us an ever-shifting nightmare. The figure watched us, its form contorting with an otherworldly energy. And then, with a final glance back at the bus that had brought us here, I turned and led the passengers away, determined to escape the hellish realm we had stumbled upon. As we walked, the landscape twisted and churned, a maelstrom of horror that threatened to consume us. But we pressed forward, our footsteps a resolute echo against the nightmarish backdrop. As we navigated the ever-shifting realm, a realization settled upon us. We had journeyed to a place that existed beyond the realms of our reality, a place that defied explanation and rationality. "Is this the gates of hell?" A scream pierces the air,